Springs too, aren't you? Or you're Denver? Yeah. All right, we are going to.
So I live in Boulder.
Great.
Let's start off first by asking, why did you feel the need to be here in person today?
Well, it was a great honor for me to be here to speak at the graduation ceremony of the Air Force Academy, as it's always been an honor. But knowing what these cadets have gone through over the last several months, what our nation has gone through, the President and I both thought it was very important for me to be here, to welcome these new officers into the armed forces of the United States, and to commend them for the courage and the strength that they've shown all along the way.
So I want to ask you about testing. Of course, we had to undergo our coronavirus test. Both came back negative.
Good.
But I had to reach out to a contact at a private lab to get the test done, turned in 24 hours. Colorado's still rationing tests. Governor says we don't get enough tests, we don't have enough chemicals to process the tests. When specifically will Colorado have everything it needs to do mass testing? Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks?
Well, it really is remarkable to see the way the public-private partnership that President Trump brought together of all the commercial labs in the country has increased testing. 6 weeks ago, we had done roughly 25,000 coronavirus tests in America. And now we literally have done millions of tests. And we believe by the end of this month, we'll have done more than 5 million tests. Our administration is going to continue to scale those tests. But as the President laid out our guidelines for opening up America again, we're going to work closely with governors because we believe that the testing capacity is there today for the states that are able to enter phase one to do the kind of testing of people that have symptoms and also the kind of monitoring of vulnerable populations that would be appropriate to begin to open again. And so we'll continue to increase testing across the country, but we truly believe that as we work with our governors, as we bring online more labs across Colorado and across America, that for the states that have made the progress, the 14 days of declining cases and other criteria, that we'll have the testing to be able to support the level of testing that is contemplated in our guidelines in phase one.
We have, as other states around the country have seen, a group that plans to gather at the state capitol tomorrow and tell the governor, demand he reopen Colorado. Our stay-at-home order ends right now, April 26th. Do you think Colorado is in a place that it could enter phase one at this point? And what do you say to those, I guess, liberate Colorado?
Well, I think every American wants to see us reopen the country and get the state and get this nation working again. But we all want to do it safely, and we're working very closely with Governor Polis and governors around the country to give the kind of guidance so that governors can make the decision about when the responsible time will be to ease some of the social distancing and measures that have been put into to protect the public. The coronavirus today continues to impact people across the country, but we are encouraged that whether it be in areas around Seattle and Washington State or California or on the East Coast in the greater New York City area, down in New Orleans, up in Detroit, some of the areas that have had the most impact, we're seeing numbers either steady or actually declining, and that's been a result of those strong mitigation efforts. The American people have risen to the challenge. But the guidelines that the President and our administration produced this week is really about equipping governors with the best scientific counsel to be able to determine when the first responsible time would be for them to begin to reopen their economy and reopen their state. But I believe the sentiment you see around the country is that from our President on down, every American would like to see America back to work as soon as we can safely do it.
Absolutely. Colorado's top economy is tourism, hospitality, and that's been hit especially hard. Casinos aren't eligible, and we've got small casinos here, aren't eligible for any of the PPP funds. ski industry would have to hire back its seasonal staff, so it also can't access that. I've got two questions. One, how soon will there be additional funds for small businesses? And two, what could be done to help the tourism and hospitality industry? Do you think they should be able to qualify for some of these loans?
Well, I think every American can be proud at the bipartisan manner that Republicans and Democrats have brought to the bills that Congress has passed already. I mean, the paid family leave, free coronavirus testing, and the support for small businesses, the paycheck protection funding that's gone out, and I heard on Air Force Two on the way here that we are very close to an agreement to expand that funding so that small businesses across Colorado and across America will be able to continue to keep people on the payroll for 2 months, even while their business is closed. And we're hopeful that Congress will move forward quickly on that. But there's no question that there'll be more needs in the days ahead, and the President and I are going to be working very closely with governors, very closely with leaders in both political parties to see those areas of small business, areas of the economy of Colorado that need help. But we're going to do whatever it takes to bring the state's economy back, to bring the American economy back. And President Trump and I believe that as you saw the strength of all these incredible new Air Force officers today, America's going to come back stronger than ever before.
Lastly, you're in Broncos country, as I'm sure you know, and so a lot of folks here want to know, will we have a Broncos season? Will the NFL be able to play? What do you say to them?
Well, as the President developed the guidelines for opening up America again, we consulted with leaders of business, leaders in public life, but we also spoke to people in the really important sports entertainment world of this country, and I can tell you that we're going to work very closely to give guidance, whether it be